This is absolutely amazing. This is one of the great wonders of the world, and it is worth the journey here just to see this. But this is basically just the beginning. In this tiny country, there are rainforest jungles, there are tropical paradise islands, there are people so beautiful you could just cry, which is why I've come to Panama. Panama is located at the southern end of Central America, the narrowest point in the Western Hemisphere. We'll visit the capital, Panama City, the San Blas Islands, Colón, Contadora Island, and Portobello. But Panama is best known for its canal, the only gateway to both the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. It opened for business in 1914. This was the moonshot of its era, one of the greatest feats of engineering ever, accomplished without chainsaws or bulldozers or even proper medicine at enormous human cost. Even the obligatory facts and figures about the Panama Canal are fabulous. Look at these fat ships stuffed in here. The Panamax ships have less than half a meter on either side. When it comes to cost, my favorite fun fact is that in 1928, Richard Halliburton swam the canal and they charged him the grand total of 36 cents. It was built and administered by the Americans, but Panama finally gained control of it on December 31st, 2000. Panama's strategic location has been a blessing and a curse. Every world power has wanted a piece of it, starting almost 500 years ago with the Spanish conquistadors, led by Vasco Núñez de Balboa. Balboa's great claim to fame was discovering the Pacific Ocean. You can see the Spanish influence everywhere. But what I'd really like is one of their famous hats. Hey, Panama hats! These are beautiful. What color would look good on me?
It's white.
Look at that. Look how beautifully that's woven.
It's rollable.
You can squish it up, roll it up, so I can take it home. What do you think? So I'll try the white. That's good. Oh, they're beautiful hats. What do you think? Do you think pink maybe? Maybe it's more flattering to your skin tone. Does that look good? Okay, hold on. Let me just try the blue because I'm wearing blue, and then I'll decide. Oh, cool. So the band makes it tighter, so it won't blow off my head. This is so great. But of course, these aren't even made in Panama, are they?
No.
Ecuador?
Yes.
Oh, who cares? This country is steeped in history with a real sense that its best days are still ahead. You see that in Old Panama, a wonderful neighborhood whose centuries-old buildings and cobblestone streets are being restored. It's a far cry from the dark days of the 1980s, when this country was ruled by dictator Manuel Noriega, not so fondly referred to here as Pineapple Face. But this is the house where General Noriega hid out during the American invasion in 1989 when they came in at Operation Just Cause, and he slunk into there. It's the papal nuncio. He went to seek asylum there on Christmas Day. The U.S. military, in their brilliance, decided the best way to smoke this guy out was to play nonstop heavy metal music. Well, 8 days later, out came Noriega. The Van Halen was too much. Panama is now a fledgling democracy. Its beautifully ornate presidential palace is the center of power, guarded by these curious herons. Where else would one want to visit when one's in Panama City except the presidential palace? How great is this? We're past the gates and the metal detectors in this gorgeous courtyard with columns that are covered in mother of pearl. And the best thing is these birds, these wild birds. It's actually known as the Heron's Palace because of a tradition that goes way back, and they wander around here freely. So, Apparently, the female is quite nasty, so I'm not going to get too close. Upstairs, the sumptuous presidential sitting room is now home to Panama's first female president. What else do you do when you see a man in uniform? Now it's off to the Caribbean side of the country. It was tough getting excited about a 4:30 a.m. flight to the San Blas Islands, located on the Caribbean side of Panama. But this is clearly something extraordinary, not your usual commuter airport. Just catching the 7:30 shuttle from the Achtupu airport across the bay to Achtupu, which is on an island, the community there. We're going to stay there tonight. And I mean, just when you think the whole world starts to look the same, you get on a plane to Achtupu, the women knock your eyes off at how fabulously they're dressed. The colors are amazing, the kids are fabulous. Women seem to do all the work, I noticed, loading those canoes as they headed over. But this is something else, and it's just begun. A1? Yep. The San Blas Islands, of which there are 378, are home to and governed by the Kuna Indians. This is my hut. I'm in number 1. This is so amazing. I've never stayed in any place like this before. This is fabulous. No windows, no screens, nice bed. Oh my God, my own ocean view, my own hammock. This is unbelievable. Wake me up when it's over. The Kuna are expert fishermen, but the biggest crop here is coconuts. They harvest an incredible 30 million of them a year. The main handicraft is an intricately stitched pattern called a mola, which they're very happy to sell to you. I think these take months to make. Sewing. Look how fabulous. Hola. Hola. It's so much work. I can't even sew on a button. I would be a mola failure as a Kuna woman. I would be thrown off the island, perhaps. Well, if you can't make them, you might as well wear them. I think this is like Kuna XXX. I don't know if they make many of my size, but actually, do you think it's me? Do you think it's good on me, Juan? Should I try it on? Oh, there's a bigger one?
Yes.
Where's the bigger one? I'll take the largest one you've got.
Huge.
Huge! Where have you got a huge size mola for me? Juan, now don't insult me. Just wait till I bring feminism to this, little community of yours, and then you'll be thanking me.
Ese es más grande.
Oh, I need a skirt? Okay, I need the skirt? Okay. Do you have a huge size skirt? Shirt first? Okay. Shirt first, blouse first. Oh, it's beautiful, eh? Is that who made it?
Yes.
Mayra.
Mantarraya. ¿Cómo se dice mantarraya igual?
Stingray.
Oh, Mantarraya. Oh, I see. I thought that was the designer. The neck's not even large. I have a feeling, my shoulders aren't going to fit in here.
It's this one.
You think it's good?
Yeah.
This will be the challenge.
Okay. It's one. Yeah. Oh, it's good. Nice.
Not colors I normally wear. Flattering. It's the full mola. I don't think I'm beautiful enough. So Kuna women wear beads to be beautiful. It's so cool how the pattern emerges on the beads. That's it? Fantastico! Do you think it's beautiful, Bella? Yeah. Oh, I'm gold. I have to gold now. Oh. It's beautiful. I just need a bit more jewelry, I guess. More rings. Women are so nice. I've always avoided this look. Am I a queen now? I look like the queen of the Kuna. Gracias. Gracias. Oh, yes, discreet. I have to go and see my people now. Hey, gracias. What do you think? Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me? Can you imagine? I better go out in my canoe. And that's just what we did, and headed off to downtown Achitupu. The Kuna certainly start young learning their nautical skills. How old are you? The pilot is 5, the captain is 5, and the crew are 2 and 3 years old. You guys are unbelievable. I hope you can swim. Can you swim? Time to go ashore. I've never been so popular. We're walking here, we're walking. It's Sunday, they're off school. Hey, you're so cute. Hey, you guys. Everybody's got an angle. My hand or the bird gonna bite me? Hello. Ooh, bird's gonna bite me. That's a good thing to know. Nice. No, you don't like me. Gracias. Yeah. Lay off my hand. I had a manicure already. Gracias. Crazy bird. I think I better quit while I'm ahead. I need something more tranquil. Maybe like sewing. Here's just a little home decorating tip. Just gonna make some molas this afternoon on the show as we turn this into Valerie Pringle living. So I'm just getting a small mola making lesson from Griselda. I was a failure at home ec. If I am making true confessions. We had to make an apron once with huck weaving down the front. I don't know, I think I failed on that one. But, you know, I think we could whip these off into some nice placemats, and I think that would be a good thing. This looks like children's work. They gave me the loser one to try on. This must be what the 3-year-olds use. Okay, so what's going on here, good balance, is this is the way that we crush sugarcane here, which then ferments into the local well-known moonshine, which is called chicha. And every 2 weeks we have a chicha fest, like Oktoberfest, and basically everybody, except the kids, gets drunk. But it's not tonight. Why are the women doing all the work again? It was a privilege being able to spend time with the Kuna on their islands. But apparently, just up the coast is one of 2 tax-free shopping zones in the world. We're in the city of Cologne, which is famous for its tax-free zone, for what promises to be a whirlwind shopping trip. This is one crazy place, the Cologne Free Zone. It's enormous. There's something like 2,000 shops, warehouses, and showrooms here. Blocks and blocks and blocks of them, something like 2,000 acres. And it's one of the giant tax-free shopping zones in the world. You basically come here because you're a retailer, or you have to bring your passport because just foreigners can take stuff away. I love sunglasses. Those are nice sunglasses. Except they're crochet ones. They'll probably, well, of course they're expensive. Can I see some sunglasses? Is that okay? Are these all new styles? Yes. What do you think would look good on me? Do you think so? It's $550. What a steal! But they're fabulous. These are fabulous. Oh, do I sound shallow and avaricious enough? Well, what the hell? We can always just look. This is major high-end stuff. Well, this is a little bit different. That other store was very high-end, even though I'm sure you're saving a lot of money. $550 for sunglasses is too much. So these are cute golf shirts. Now, Ronnie, these are sort of like the Lacoste golf shirt.
Yeah, this is something like this, but cheaper.
How much cheaper?
More or less $2.
$2? You're kidding.
But here it's just a home sale, wholesale.
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 You mean I can't buy it here?
No, you know. You can buy it over in the store, outside,
Where's the store outside?
in Panama City.
Oh, no, I see. So I have to be a dealer to shop
Yes.
here. Never mind. Problem with these places is you get so confused. They're so huge. Then everything starts to look like garbage, like you don't want anything at all. And whatever you want, apparently you can't buy. But Euromoda, sounds Italian. Well, this is what I was looking for. How much are these?
15.
15?
Yes.
15.
$15.
That's not bad. I think I paid like 60 for that Lacoste one. That's- But what a bargain. Look at the color it comes in. Vomit. It's time to head back to Panama City. Now this is the way to travel. And like just about everything else here, there's a great story behind this train. This was the first transcontinental railway in the world, completed in 1855. Basically built to transport gold prospectors across the continent to California. It was too dangerous pretty much to go across the continental USA, so they would come by steamship down to Panama, across the isthmus, and then up to California. And it's a wonderful ride for a tourist to relive that historic journey. On this day, the train is packed with a group of tourists from Italy. Now, these people know how to have fun. We get back to Panama City just before sunset, and I'm going to see that same sunset from Contadora Island tomorrow. It's wonderful. You get on a plane in Panama City, and 15 minutes later, you're overlooking some of the most spectacular scenery imaginable. Contadora is the most famous of Panama's Pearl Islands, a place with more than its share of colorful history, dating back to the early 1500s. Well, it was basically greed and the search for riches that brought the Spanish here, looking for pearls in this case. The most famous pearl ever harvested from these islands was 39 carats. It was worn by the King of Spain, the Queen of England, the Emperor of France, and is now owned by who else? Elizabeth Taylor. You've probably seen pictures of it. It's La Peregrina, sort of dangling pendulously between her fabulous breasts. So beautiful. Anyway, the place was full of pirates, more pirates here than anywhere in the New World. Contadora is also famously the place, the only one in the world, that would take the Shah of Iran and give him refuge after he was deposed in 1979. So it is the ultimate getaway. The pearls are long gone from here, but the fishing is fantastic. And just as you can do in this country more easily than anywhere else on Earth, we're leaving the Pacific and just popping right back to the Caribbean. We're now about 100 kilometers outside Panama City in Portobello, or Beautiful Port, as Christopher Columbus named it in 1502. The Spanish built this fortress to try and protect it from waves of marauding pirates. You learn a lot of interesting things if you hang around this country. For example, the history I learned may be wrong. Sir Francis Drake, the great English naval hero against the Armada, the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe, was a pirate here, a very successful one. And he returned here in 1596 for more plunder, and it was here he died and was buried at sea. He died of dysentery. As his lead coffin floated to the ocean floor, they fired off a thunderous salute from his ships, and they named that little island after him. And you know, they still have never found that coffin. No trip to Panama is complete without a visit to its incredibly fertile rainforest. Panama actually means abundance of fish and butterflies, and they have more extraordinary birds there than anywhere in the world. These are Macho Falls. A lot of macho man and macho animals around here in the rainforest, and isn't this great? It's actually starting to rain, which is why it's so green here and so huge and amazing. And they're saying we're going to see all these fantastic creatures. I'm sort of glad I haven't. Is that a bad thing to say? Except for one iguana, which was about the size of a Jeep. That was fun. Well, this is worth trying. Okay. Oh, in there. Sorry. I haven't put on diapers in a long time. Yeah, I hold that.
Yes.
That's comfy. You hike like this? For $40, you can climb up and then ride a cable down through the jungle canopy. Left hand. Left?
Right hand.
Right hand here.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. Woohoo! Gracias. That was good. When I first came to Panama, I basically knew nothing. I mean, I knew about the canal, but I'd never even been to Central America. And it's been a revelation. I mean, I had absolutely no idea what was here. The people are fabulous, gorgeous, humble, sophisticated. There is so much to do. There is great history. And you do get a sense it's not crawling with tourists, that it's just kind of on the verge of becoming. And basically, it's just been an adventure from start to finish, including riding the rainforest. Adios.